Enjoyed playing at RCB.
I've seen social media memes on, whatever happens, KL takes the toll. Do you ever feel that people are just after you? "10 years. It's a long time, sometimes it's a lifetime, sometimes it just flies by." Now, the past 10 years, Indian cricket fans have perhaps seen one of the most stylish, talented batters of this generation, someone who's always making the news. Today, we're going to remove all the plugs. This is a very special edition here on Star Sports of KLRahul Unplugged. Rahul, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
How does 10 years sound? I mean, 10 years, we're doing this at a time where you're going to be marking a 10-year anniversary in international cricket. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I didn't realize till you just brought it up. I mean, yeah, it just feels like a couple of years ago when I was walking through the MCG crowd, little 22-year-old boy, nervous as hell. But yeah, time's really gone by very fast, and I've enjoyed every bit of it. I look forward to the next 10 years of playing cricket and use all of that experience of what I've learned in these 10 years and put that to use and try and perform even better, be even more consistent, and do my best on the cricket field.
It's also been nearly a decade of IPL cricket for you. Fun times, first IPL, you had a damn good domestic season, I remember before that.
Yeah.
And then the IPL happened, star-studded team, your home franchise.
Yeah, I was just looking at the players that were there on the team, and I feel like such a misfit amongst all of them, amongst Gale, Zahir Khan, Virat Kohli, and AB de Villiers, all of these guys. So it was one of my best experiences in cricket. I don't think if I got those 2 years in RCB at the stage of my career. I mean, I came in there as a youngster, I was doing well in first class cricket, but I didn't believe that I could really go on to play T20 and one day cricket. I didn't believe as much in my white ball cricket. I went there, and then just looking at how Virat and AB, Chris Gale, all of these guys train, just having the opportunity to share the dressing room with them, just to pick their brains, just talk about cricket, their struggles, their journey, and just being around them and looking at what they do. So Virat, I think his fitness journey had started around that time. So, just looking at him train and how seriously he takes training. I used all of that in my training, and then somehow from that season onwards, my performances in first class cricket also got better. And I was much more consistent, much more fitter, much more stronger. And then 2014-15 onwards, I started believing that I could play well in white ball cricket as well. Yeah.
And I like that you mentioned that, because it's also that time where the white ball game started taking off almost to a new level.
Hitting sixes and playing white ball cricket wasn't my strength, or didn't come to me naturally until about this year, and this was, I think, in 2015, and then I think things started turning for me in 2016 when I went back to RCB, and I had a few good innings there to just build up my own confidence as a T20 player, and and then showcase to the world that I can play white ball cricket as well, and I don't have to be the strongest guy around. I don't have to be hitting 120 meter sixes, but I can still do the job and get things done for my team.
Yeah, I mean, that year with Sunrisers, you actually had some important high impact knocks for them. I think your nerves would have settled as a white ball player. Then you went back to RCB. They enjoyed perhaps one of the most memorable years. सबको 2016 का IPL याद है, क्योंकि we remember how Virat Kohli batted, how David Warner batted, and it all culminated into a final that we remember to this date. I can't imagine what it was like to be in the Chinnaswamy that day. That was a breakthrough season आपके लिए, and RCB enjoyed such a good season to have the final at home. And I remember the situation जो आप थे, which we almost expected RCB is going to get over the line, and that happened. महत्व ये रखता है इतने सालों बाद भी कि अगर वो final जीता होता तो शायद the next few years would have been different. Do you look at it at all in that way, or was that just done? कोई नहीं होता है.
ऐसे मतलब ऐसे कभी नहीं होता. IPL लोगों को लगता है कि बस ग्लैमर है, people come, play and leave, and next year वापस आ जाएगा. But every player enters the IPL or any tournament wanting to win. That's something that if you don't have that drive in you, or if that every time you play a sport you want to win, then I don't think you'll make it to any level of sport. It's a long time ago, but it's still very fresh in my memory. I mean, me and Virat we've spoken about it a few times in the last, this is 2016, we're in 24. There's always, that reminder that, gosh, if one of us had played a little longer and won that game, it would have been very different. I mean, it would have been a fairy tale to be right at the bottom and to win 7 games to qualify and then go into the finals and win the finals at home in Chinnaswamy. There wouldn't have been a better story or a better ending.
Things happened quickly. Yeah. You were a high profile, high demand player already by 16-17. You found your way to Kings XI Punjab at the time. Yeah. Because your 50 came inside, 3 overs, I think, that day? 14 ball, 50, a record. I think Bolt, Shami, good bowlers with the new ball. Yeah. Is that the phase where you just felt you could hit every ball?
Yeah. I debuted in T20Is for India. I got that 100 in the West Indies against in Miami. I'd come from some T20 runs and some T20 confidence. It was a new franchise, and I was excited also because there's not a lot of expectations except for Kings XI Punjab, who got me for a high price. But apart from that, I felt very, very confident in my T20 game, and there was no personal expectations, or I didn't feel like anyone expected anything of me. So that freedom to just go out and bat how I want to, and not having the responsibility, or no one telling me to take the responsibility of the team, just allowed me to play that way. And it was a good year for me personally, but as a team, I think we really struggled there.
Let's go to what happened after Punjab, where history was made in the IPL. 2 new franchises. Lucknow Super Giants come into the picture. KLRahul was picked up in the draft, and an identity is made around you in the team. And what a start to the IPL it was, which we know now is, with every year, a tough league. It gets tougher and tougher to win. Yeah. But Lucknow achieved something very special in the inaugural edition. Why we bring that little bit up as significant, because when you beat CSK and MI, the 2 most successful sides, you feel like this is a franchise you've got to take seriously. Strong team, and it proved so. 2 playoffs in the first 2 seasons. And take me through your experience of actually building a new franchise, leading it, the first 2 years, how they went. What were you feeling like at Lucknow first 2 seasons?
It was an amazing experience for me to start a team from scratch. And I was part of the auction strategies all 3 years. Everything that happened at that franchise, I had a say in almost. We built the team between Andy Flower, Gautam Gambhir, me. We 3 were there for the first 2 seasons, and we worked together. We had so many youngsters. I don't think we had many big names on the team, but we found a way to win IPL games and make that playoff. Unfortunately, we couldn't go through in both the years, but I feel like we did exceptionally well with the kind of team that we had. And for a new franchise, I think we put in some special performances, and those 2 years was something that I'm very proud of. And I think just like I said, IPL means a lot to all of us, and winning means a lot to all of us. So we tried our best even at Lucknow in those first 3 years. That I played.
Let's talk IPL 2024. As it turns out, the first and only season that LSG did not make the playoffs. And just take me through the emotions of this past season, what it taught you.
Yeah, 24 didn't end up as well as I would have wanted, or any of us wanted at the LSG camp. We started off really well. We played some incredible games, some really good wins, but that's how IPL is. You can't at the halfway stage, you can't think, oh, we're doing well, we'll cruise along and get into the playoffs and end up winning the tournament. I don't think that it happens that way. There's always ups and downs. You need to be able to hold your nerves, and you need to be able to keep putting up good performances after good performances, and all the travel, all the drama outside, the pressure, all of it. It's there every year, but somehow this season felt like there was a lot more, and somehow I think that affected the team, and we couldn't put in performances when it really mattered.
We've retained the players that we believe have the desire to win and will put team before personal ambition. When you hear things like that, did it in any way prompt the decision for you entering the auction again?
No, I mean, I think the decision was made already, and I don't know what the comments are, but they must have come after the announcements of the retentions were made, and I just felt like it was, I wanted to start fresh. I wanted to, explore my options, and I wanted to go and play where I could find some freedom, and the team atmosphere could be would be something lighter, much more balanced, and the pressure's already there in the IPL. It's so high, but you see teams like Gujarat and CSK and all of these teams, and you see even when they win or lose, they seem really balanced, and the dressing room's really calm, and that's something that's very important for me as a player. If that happens, I mean, I feel like it gives all the players the best chance to perform, and we tried that at LSG with Andy Flower and GG first, and then last year we had Justin Langer, and we tried to do that. We tried to create that in the change room, and I think it was a brilliant atmosphere in the change room. But somehow, I mean, sometimes you just need to move away and find something good for yourself.
In the auction, after so long, and so many, again, impressions about you, which I'm giving you the chance now to set right, because you know how many opinions can come. KL has to be an opener. KL, okay, he's your keeper batter. KL is the anchor. KL middle order, oh, that's a long time ago. No, but for India, KL plays middle order, can be a finisher. So many things. KL has to be captain. What have I got right and wrong in that? And what is KLRahul's pitch to the auction, given that name is going to come up, I'm guessing, rather early in November?
No, everything that you said is right, and I don't think it'll change. I've always been flexible in my head, whether it's opening, whether middle order, whether low order, keeping, fielding, any of it. I'm okay with any role or any responsibility that is given to me.
How important is captaincy?
I would never go and ask someone for it. If you feel that my leadership skills are good enough, and you find something good in the way I play my cricket, in the way I handle myself, in the way that I handle the team that I've captained in the last 4 or 5 years, and if you find it worthy, then of course I'm happy to do it. But it's not something that is a make or break for me, and I just want to be part of a team that has a good environment. You feel loved, cared, and respected in that environment, and everyone on that franchise has one single goal to win the IPL, and if that's there, then that's a perfect fit for me.
You've been through many different team setups. It's not like I'm saving this question for this timing when we're talking about auction and the future, but let me get an inkling of what you think. Sabse acha jo team mahal tha. You've played for a number of franchises. If you could pick one?
Most enjoyed playing at our home. You get to spend a lot of time at home, and I know the Chinnaswamy really well. I've grown up playing on that ground. So yeah, I really enjoyed my time in RCB.
We saw the RCB social account get very cheeky when you and Virat were recently there at the Chinnaswamy for an India game, batting side by side in the nets, saying Bangalore boys with a wink in Kannada. I think it was put. So Virat won't understand that.
Yeah. No, he understands.
Oh, he does?
A lot of Kannada now.
It was written in Kannada.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, maybe not that, but he understands the emotion.
Would you love to be back there?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, it's Bangalore's home, and the people there know me as a local Kannada boy, and yeah, would be nice to go back there and get an opportunity again. But yeah, and it's an auction year, so you can go anywhere.
You're such an experienced player now. International भी और IPL भी आपने कई सारे कप्तान और coaches के साथ खेला. You debuted under MS Dhoni. You played with him. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. You've now seen coaches और अलग-अलग IPL का जो माहौल है. If I have to ask you, what's the ideal team environment? You mentioned a CSK and a GT, and we also speak about those. Like that's the culture you want to create. लेकिन बाहर से हम culture बोलते हैं. अंदर से उसका मतलब क्या होता है? And how does a senior player, a captain, actually create a culture?
People will not know what happens within the dressing room, but we are part of that dressing room. And the last 2 or 3 years that I've been part of in the Indian dressing room is, had so much calmness, so much clarity within players, with the roles. There's been, a lot of friendship. We almost were like a family, and the coaches, coaches were, almost like, your older brothers, and, we really gelled well. So if teams could recreate that kind of an environment, I think most teams will find themselves in really good position and winning games, but also like the players are happy, and players are happy, the results will come. I watched Rohit over the years with Mumbai Indians, and they've won 5 times, 6 times, and they've created a brilliant culture where you can see it when they play on the field. They play as a unit, and they're really fierce, and they're very well prepared and well planned, and that's what you come to expect of Rohit Sharma. And so a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and use some of those good things, like I said, calmness. You also need something fierce within the team, something that makes players and the team feel like they're a family. And
I'm going to end on a slightly lighter note. We can't wait for what the future holds for you, KL. But we've got something called KL in a pickle.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't sound very promising, but it's pretty straightforward. You just need to pick. All right, putting you on the spot. Have some fun with it.
Right.
Pick an IPL teammate in 2025. Rohit, Virat, or Dhoni?
I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean,
because we know which teams
it's a real pickle.
These 3 will play for.
Yeah. This is a real pickle you put me in. I've enjoyed playing with all of them. I mean, very tough to answer.
All right. Pick a batting position. Opener, floater, finisher.
Floater is good.
Pick a stadium. Chepauk, Chinnaswamy, Wankhede, Eden Gardens.
Chepauk?
Chinnaswamy, Wankhede, Eden Gardens.
I think, two of my favorite grounds in India is Chinnaswamy because it's home, and Wankhede because I've...
Your record.
I enjoy playing in the Wankhede pitch, and I've got a lot of runs. Yeah.
Pick an Indian city. Bengaluru, Mumbai, Lucknow, Mohali.
Yeah, this is a real pickle. You said this is very easy.
I thought for a Bangalore boy, Bengaluru will always...
Yeah, Bangalore's home. Bangalore, yeah.
Pick a shot. Flick, square cut, straight drive.
Straight drive.
Pick a drink. Tea, coffee, milk. यही 3 options दूंगा.
Coffee.
Pick a dish. Dosa, biryani, pizza, chole kulche.
Dosa.
And finally, I want you to... We're done with KL in a pickle, but since we're doing this on your 10-year anniversary, I hope we sit again 10 years from now, when KL is still playing cricket at 42.
I will.
Yeah. And give me the top pick of the wish list. World Cup win, IPL win, like 50 over World Cup, T20 World Cup. What would KL want to be satisfied with having achieved at 42? If we have to make a wish list, let's manifest.
Yeah, this is all I think of, to be honest. I never think of personally how many runs do I need to get, centuries and all of that. That would be lovely. I'm not saying I don't think about it. That would be nice. But championships and trophies is something that really drives me. A few IPL trophies, 1 World Cup each, 1-day T20 and Test Championship.
Bas, itna sa khab hai.
Bas. Yeah. Very little. I think it's okay. I'm not asking for too much.
KL, it's been such a pleasure getting this kind of time and you going into your thoughts. Thank you so much for your thoughts and your time.
Thank you. Enjoyed being here.